Nithyanandam. Welcome to another video. My name is ma.yoga Swami and I'm here from Bengaluru Adheenam, Nithyananda Adheenam. Today I would like to share with everyone a very special invitation. As somebody from the West who had no idea about Hinduism or the Vedic tradition, the moment yoga happened in my life, the moment I tasted and discovered little bits and pieces of Hinduism and the Vedic tradition, I started to race in love with it. The impact it had in my life transformed my life forever. I still remember, like it happened just recently, the first experience of yoga in my life. I remember the impact of that first yoga class in my life. How much fear and how much insecurity, how much unknown it was for me to enter into that place and start chanting Om, which I've never done before, breathing for the first time with awareness, which I never did before, stretching my body in ways I never did before. I noticed the impact of that session in my life. It really changed my life. But this video is not to expand in how it changed my life. This video is to remind all of us who have been touched. In this case with yoga. Yoga is basically, I can say it's like one jata in Sadashiva's head. It's one small, I cannot say it's small, it's just one out of so many parts of the Vedic tradition. But that itself is so vast. I know it will take so many janmas, means so many lifetimes to really realize, discover the vastness of it. One of the things I found fascinating is that how it impacted my life. I started to become a little bit more and more curious about it. But the more I entered into that, the more I realized that it's so huge and vast. It is not just covering the aspect of our body and our physiology, or the impact of our conscious breath or conscious movement. It started to become something so much more deeper. It happened to me when I discovered yoga when I was a psychology student. I was in college studying psychology. So it made so much sense to me, the depth of that practice. Nobody said anything. The teacher was a Western teacher. It happened actually in my college gym. It was a community college. It was in a basketball gym. It had nothing related to Hinduism or spirituality. But still, the practice did something in me. Like this, I know thousands of people are getting benefited by this practice. I cannot say practice. It is a science. It is an art. Thousands and millions of people around the world are getting benefited. They're rising in love with it. They're experiencing the cognitive shift. They're experiencing the shifts in their body, in their cognition about themselves, about their body, the healing, the transformation. But that is nothing but just the tip of the iceberg. Yoga is so profound and so huge that imagine how much has people been dedicating their lives to yoga. I myself, the moment I discovered it, it became my passion. I would wake up at 5 in the morning or 4:30 in the morning in my crazy busy schedule. When I was working full-time, going to college at night, partying at night, not sleeping throughout so many days of the week, and still waking up in the morning to do yoga. Why? Nobody was marking attendance. Nobody was asking me to go. It was my passion. I knew it is the best thing I can do for myself. Like this, millions of people are just practicing yoga, living yoga, implementing yoga in their lives. Nonetheless, thousands and millions of people are dedicating their whole life to it, building yoga studios, building yoga ashrams, building a whole life, a whole business, yoga clothing, yoga retreats, yoga, anything about yoga. So for all of the yogis out there that have experienced that benefit, that have dedicated their whole life to this, that have been benefited multifold by this beautiful practice, by this beautiful art and science, I'm inviting all of you to experience the depths of yoga. From the one and only, the rarest living incarnation, Paramahamsa Nithyananda. He's a living avatar. As part of the Vedic tradition, we understand that the divine assumes the human body to remind us, to wake us up and make us realize What is our possibility? Unless we see it in human form, unless we realize what is our possibility, we'll keep on thinking, we'll keep on living with our limitations, with our smallness. Yoga is basically what Sadashiva, the Adi Yogi, the Adi Guru, beautiful gift to humanity, to help us realize that we are not our limitations. We're not just regular human beings as we think. We are divine beings having a human experience. We are basically one with Source, the Creator. We're one with the cosmos. We're one with Sadashiva. That is the meaning of Sadashivatva, the realization of the oneness with the Sadashiva, the Source. Yoga is the most sweet, beautiful experience of this realization in your physical body. It is not just a mental understanding. It is not just an emotional connection. It is a physical experience that in this body, Sadashiva is expressing. It is the expression of Sadashiva's inner space, how Sadashiva feels about himself. It is the expression of Sadashiva's state. How is the silence of Sadashiva? What is the space of Sadashiva? Experiencing that in this body. It is the expression and manifestation of Sadashiva's powers. That is what Nithyananda Yogis, the new generation of yogis, are expressing so many powers. The powers of the third eye, the capacity to scan bodies and identify what is the disease. Not only identifying what is the problem, but also having the capacity to give solution, to give healing, to help the energy system to balance itself, to remove any blockage, to help the body heal itself, to alter the heartbeat, to alter any blood pressure. It is an amazing gift to experience the powers of Sadashiva. And that is again just the tip of the iceberg. That is what Sadashiva in human form, in the form of Paramahamsa Nithyananda, is here to help us realize, to help us see. He's initiating all of us, hundreds and thousands of people, into the yogic powers, into the initiation into Sadashivatva, into the initiation of Nithyananda Yoga, Sadashiva's Yoga, and helping us realize and express these powers. Through the expression of the yogic powers of Sadashiva, we realize that we're not as we think we are. The moment our third eye awakens and we have the capacity to see the remote scanning of a person, to see where the person lives, how the person lives, how the office looks like, how the house looks like, what is happening inside their body, having the capacity to heal their bodies. And that is again just a few powers, but that is not it. It is basically just a taste that we are not limited and bound as we are. Then Swamiji, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, drops the next atomic bomb for our consciousness, which is the realization that Sadashiva is not just manifesting the powers, his powers through this body, but is also manifesting the cognitions. Means, what is the cognition Sadashiva carries? What is the space he carries? What is his context? What is his intention? What is his lifestyle? Swamiji beautifully explained. It is like a ship. It is like a lion believing he's a ship, right? That beautiful story of the lion and cub. If you haven't seen that, I recommend you highly look for this video, Lion and the Cub Story by Paramahamsa Nithyananda. I'll be sharing the link also in the bottom of this video. But in this video, Swamiji explains the power of an avatar when he helps us, humanity, realize that we're not the ship as we think. We're not human beings as we think. We are Sadashiva. We are the extension and manifestation of Sadashiva. So manifesting powers is basically giving the taste of the meat to the cub. What happens when the cub, believing he's a sheep, for the first time tasted the taste of meat, the saltiness of the meat in his mouth? Something happens. The growling happened, the roaring happened from inside, realizing he's not longer a sheep. There's something else. That is the expression of Sadashiva's powers. We realize, I am not this body as I think. I am not my cognitions as I think. I'm not the identities as I think. There's something more. What is it? Sadashiva. Then the initiation, the transferring of the cognition from the master to the disciple happens. From Sadashiva to us happens. And that transfer of the cognitions can only happen from body to body. And that's the reason why Sadashiva assumed the human form. So this is the purpose of this video. I want to call all of you who have this already spark inside of you, who had brought you in your journey of yoga, who has led you in your whole life dedicating, enjoying the practice of yoga. In whatever way it expresses in your life, you know you've been touched by this. I'm inviting all of you to come and experience it directly from the source. Do not miss the most amazing opportunity to really experience the benefits, the depths, and the multiple possibilities that are beyond my words and my cognition that is available for all of you. It is like we are enjoying so much in the tip of the iceberg. We have dedicated our whole life living in it, enjoying, sharing, promoting it, selling it, eating it, doing everything with it. What about the whole rest of the iceberg? It's available, it's unknown. Swamiji is here to guide us. So I want to extend my invitation to all of you to be also benefited by the presence and the guidance of a living incarnation, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, to initiate all of you to experience their highest possibility in the field of yoga. Come join us. Join if you're having any, if you're listening to this video and if anything is moving inside of you, means Sadashiva is calling you and waiting for you. Don't postpone it any longer, it is time. Come join us. Come join the Nithyananda Yogis, the new generation of yogis happening in the planet Earth. And it's happening now. Come join us. We're more than welcome to help you in any way I directly can support you, help you, answer your questions. In any way I can be of service to you, allow me to do that. Please leave me a message. I'll be more than happy to get back to you. And I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you. And please come, welcome. May 13 is a beautiful opportunity to jump into this amazing lifestyle. To say yes to discover the whole iceberg and not just stay in the tip. Come and join us. Thank you, Nithyanandam.